Hi, my name is Jose. I'm with Century 7, and I'm going to be taking you through the WordPress administrative interface for Winmer Commercial Realty here. So when you come to the initial site, right now it's sitting on our development server, so you can ignore that URL. But when you come to the site, this is the front portion of the site, to actually get into the administrative portion, you're just going to come up here and type in WP-admin. And that will take you to this login. You can bookmark it, do whatever, but that will take you directly to this login area. I'm going to put in my username and password, and each person has a unique username and password in the system. I'm going to tell it to remember me. That way, as long as if you were on a public computer, you wouldn't want to do that because then you'd just want to log out and you wouldn't want it to remember you. But this way, the next time, even if you close your session, the next time you actually come back to WordPress, you'll automatically be logged in. Now, I'm going to go back. Now, this is the main admin interface, but I'm going to go back and show you that while you're logged even on the outside here, you're going to get the WordPress bar. So you're able to jump back and forth. And so you can see if you make changes in the back, you can jump back and forth real quick and take a look at your changes. And just click this right here. Don't even have to pay attention to that drop down that comes down. And you'll be right back into your administrative area. So over here, you're going to see most of the functionality in your administrative area here. The dashboard is just kind of a quick overview of what's going on in WordPress. But what the first thing I want to do show you in this video actually is I want to take you through the built-in properties function inside of WordPress in this particular WordPress framework. And that's over here, as you see, this is properties right here. It's listed under portfolio items. And you'll get three choices that slide out when you click on this. It says properties, add new type, and property type. I'm just going to go to the properties page itself. Now when it says properties, it's not just properties. We're talking about business listings. We're talking about everything is considered a property in this particular system. So what I'm going to do is actually go to a property. These last ones that are inputted here are businesses. I'm going to actually go to a property. I just want to take you into the property interface and show you what this looks like. You get a title for the property up here. You get a what you see is what you get editor right here. Very similar functionality to like what you see in Microsoft Word. You get different property types over here. The property can have more than one type, and depending on what gets checked is going to depend on if you check homepage, these are going to show up on the homepage. If you check featured, it's also going to show up in the slider on the homepage. If you check multifamily or property management, then for instance, this is under property management, it will show up on the property management page. It's multifamily, you want to go ahead and put that it's multifamily too. Don't have a specific page right now for multifamily, but with this system, an end user can easily filter that, do a search and filter out anything that's not multifamily. So you want to go ahead and check any of these that are relevant to the particular property or business that you're listing. Down here, here's the Google Maps full address, and it just goes in just that particular simple format right there. Just the street address, comma, city, comma, state, and zip code. That's all you need, and then it will pop up a Google map automatically on the listing page. So here you list the address, city, state, and zip, and the reason that we do this twice here is because this is actually what it's going to use for the listing info. This is just going to be used for the Google map. That's all it's going to be used for. So as we come down here, you see we get property status. We can say whether it's for rent, for sale, open house. We could just say call for price. We don't have to list a price. Here's the price, the area where you would list the price, and there's no particular price listed for this one right now. Here you can choose an open house date and time, and it shows you the format that you would put that in. You can list the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, car garage, size in square feet. Here's the lot size in square feet. List the year built. You can assign an agent, and on this one, if you write in true right here, it will not show an agent on that particular property page. If you don't do that, at the bottom of the property page, it will show who the agent is. But if for a property, because you have to assign an agent to a property in the system, if you don't want that to show up, for instance, if we haven't really assigned this to an agent, we don't want it assigned to any agent, they just whoever can deal with it, okay, then you would just write true right there, and then you won't have anything show up at the bottom of that page. So here's some slider options. If this is featured, or if this is featured, then it's going to show up in the slider, okay, and it's going to show, by the way, the featured image is what's going to get shown in the slider. Then these options are relevant for the slider. Here, if you have an external link, if you're linking to another web page, you can add that in here. You can type true to remove the caption so that you get no caption on the slide whatsoever. You can embed a video even in the slide if you want to. So it's a pretty flexible system in the way stuff is presented on the front end, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't use any cryptic type of language or anything. It uses very relevant and direct language, and that's one of the reasons we chose this. But once you add all this information in, all you do is click update, or the first time you do it, it'll say publish is what it'll say, and then it just updates that posting, and it shows it. It's dynamic. It'll automatically show it in the appropriate places based on the property types that you chose. Yeah, and remember, if you want it to show up listed on the home page, you click home page, and that's going to cause it to be listed here on the home page in this area. And if you denote that it's featured, then it will also show up over here. As you see, 3721 Southeast 29th, and we are showing that right here on our slider because we listed it as featured, and we're also showing it down here because we listed it as homepage. So that is how you deal with properties themselves. In the next video, I'm going to take you through, there's some slight modifications that you have to do to list a business. And so I'm going to show you exactly what the differences are there between listing a regular property and listing a business.